Yeah, we do need the camera downstairs. I'm gonna just
for the arrival.
Yeah, because I filmed that last year on my phone.
I did, yeah, me too. That's why. I remember.
I think
Machine Gun Kelly was great.
So
I think I was kind of happy, like camera credit, kind of
I don't think we actually did like. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just
We have someone as well who lives from Europe, don't we?
But he's from this afternoon.
he's also, and then also, they normally do a mix of it.
So it's okay.
Let me just redo the whole planning to adjust it.
Yeah, exactly. It's more research, yeah. I'm not really sure about oat milk, I must say. I know it's like the thing. It's like, it's not really milk either, is it? It's oats, like, what would you call it? Yeah, you call it oat. Yeah. How do you get it out of an oat? But then we're going live with stupid conversation. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Ja, Italien. Are you doing the premiere? Yeah, okay. Are you going to be there?
What number? Oh, we're in.
Not me fast.
Oh, you're already there, sorry.
Sorry.
Look at something. Oh, they don't. I don't know. I think it's a bit. I think something like I can see it fast. I'm like, where are you filming anyway?
It's not directly in front.
It hasn't started yet.
It's not directly in front
It's
Casting Director of the Year FOCUS. She's the one behind the miracles of on-screen chemistry and unforgettable performances in films such as 29 Grams, The Road, 12 Years a Slave, Marriage Story, Uncut Gems, Succession, Don't Look Up, She Said, Babylon, the upcoming Joker sequel, Folia 2, to name just a few. Thanks for being with us, Francine Meisler. From Hong Kong, he was in competition at Berlinale in 2008 with Sparrow, one of the many films he contributed to as a director, producer, or a combination of the two, through a prolific career spanning more than 4 decades now and covering a variety of film genres, from romantic comedies to the suspenseful crime thrillers that became his biggest international hits. Thrilled we are indeed to welcome Johnny To. She comes from Iran but has lived in France since 2009. She's an accomplished pianist and started working as an actor at the age of 15. Her performance in Asghar Farhadi's About Ellie, which won a Silver Bear in 2009, contributed to build her path to international fame. Whatever character she plays, from a witch to a car driver, they always have the qualities of a dreamer. Go Shifte Farhadi. Like one of her most famous characters, we are grateful for The Dark, which has allowed us to see her star shine for 20 years now. A career that has been broad and exciting, circulating between Hollywood and art house cinema. This variety of roles have made us feel like we know her, but somehow she always surprises us. We look forward to all the surprises yet to come, including her first feature as a director, We have Olivia Assayas to thank for making her a bit European too, and here she is in Berlin as the president of the jury, Christian Stewart. From Romania, he won the Silver Bear for Best Director in 2015 with the film Aferin, and in 2021 he received the Golden Bear for his unique Bad Luck Banging or Looney Porn, an award that was decided by a jury exceptionally composed of fellow filmmakers, which is just one example of the esteem and excitement that his protein body of work inspires in cinephiles everywhere. Radu Jude. From Spain, her first feature film, Summer 1993, premiered in the Generation section of Berlinale in 2017, where it won the Best First Feature Award. And she's the recipient of last year's Golden Bear for her second film, Alcaraz, the first Catalan language film to receive this top award. Its release was met with great success with both audiences and press, and we are delighted to welcome back Carla Simon. From Germany, her 3 feature films have garnered numerous awards worldwide. The second of them, Sehnsucht, Longing, was selected for the competition here in Berlin in 2006. Boy, does she know how to look at people and places. They just stay with us. We hope you will enjoy the people and places are in this year's selection, Valeska Krizba. If you allow me, I will just start with one first question to the president of the jury, Kristen Stewart. Welcome, thanks for being with us. How do you feel today on the first day of the jury about distinction as jury president?
I guess in full transparency, I'm kind of shaking. It's not a weight that I don't fully understand and feel not buckling under, but definitely bolstered by a really beautiful, talented jury that I think I kind of can't wait to see who we all are at the end of this experience. It's kind of what we want the festival to do to us cumulatively. So I'm just sort of ready to be changed by all the films and changed by the people around us. I think that's sort of why we're here.
Yes.
Thank you. I would like to ask a question from Kristen Stewart and Jantel. It's the same question. As jury members, you are about to see films from Mexico to Portugal and to Japan and Australia, and I would like to ask you, how much are you followers of global cinema, and are there any directors or films from the last couple of years from contemporary foreign films that you really appreciated? Thank you.
Johnny? Wow, you know, it's like, I'm just like, oh, I don't watch movies. Gosh, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't want to take up time sitting here fumbling around and reaching for titles and filmmakers. I'm so sorry, I don't have like the greatest answer to your question, but I kind of want to unpack the libraries of everyone sitting next to me. That's something that'll be fun to do, but yeah, sorry, I'm a loser. I don't have like a great list of stock filmmakers in my pocket for you. Yeah, come here.
Well, it's the same question about if you are a follower of world cinema, contemporary world cinema, and did you see any great films that you really were impressed by? Thank you.
There was a question.
I speak in Cantonese. I will easy to answer for you. Okay. 而家嘅電影咧，我覺得係差咗嘅，全球嘅電影都差。喺我自己睇電影嘅世界咧，好似漸漸消失，唔係我以前嘅對電影嘅世界。我希望呢樣嘢只係暫時嘅，可能我講嘢好大膽，但係呢個係我真心嘅説話。
I think that the films nowadays are not so good as before. Those I have watched before in my earlier time, but I hope this is just for a short time, and I hope the film is getting much better in the future. And please allow me to be daring in this event.
Hi everyone, question for Kristen Stewart. I would like to know what, in your opinion, makes the film prize-worthy. What do you think the film here needs to have in order to have a chance to win?
Right. Yeah. Says that. No, it's an interesting thing to be, quote unquote, in charge of deciding what the best film is. It's such an ephemeral notion. It's quite obviously something that's quite subjective. We could find that we absolutely hate the film, but that the accomplishment is staggering, and that the feat of it, the ambition was accomplished. But it's, I think, to sort of like mitigate some bias and try and open yourself up to something new is the way, it's sort of the reason that festivals exist, is not just to sort of celebrate each other. It's to go like, has somebody said something that's gonna be surprising, or has somebody done something that feels like it was really hard to do, whether you like it or not. Yes, I think this festival in particular historically is in a positive way confrontational and political, and I think that it's like very important for us to, deprogram and be like fully open to newness. I think that the diversity and the breadth of perspective is gonna provide us with some new material that might be challenging and sort of like strange to adapt to. But I think the point is not to I think like don't pick the one that jumps out. If we all can't agree, that's probably because it's pretty good. You know what I mean? I don't know what everyone else thinks, but they should answer too. What do you think? He thinks a lot.
Deborah Cole from AFP News Agency. I have a question for Goshefte and then one for Kristen. This year the spotlight is also going to be on Iran, and I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the role of cinema in the movement, the revolution that's happening for basic rights to be respected in Iran. And Kristen, the Biennale has a reputation of being the most politically minded of the three big European festivals, and you're a busy woman, and you decided that this was the festival you're going to be the jury president of, and I was wondering if that at all was one of the draws for you.
Hi, I'm very happy to be here with you. I came here in 2009, and it was a very different year. It's very symbolic to be in Berlin. Berlin is a city that broke the wall, the actual wall, towards equality, freedom, and brought so many people together. And of course this year with Ukraine, with Iran, with the earthquake, it feels like the whole world is disintegrating. We are all in a moment of transition, especially now with Iran. And in a country like Iran that is a dictatorship, art is not only an intellectual or a philosophical thing, it's essential. It's like oxygen. So doing art and being an artist is something beyond, because your existence by being an artist is put into danger. That's why, for me, again, it's so amazing to be here this year. with everything that is happening in Iran. Again, back in Berlin after all these years, and I'm happy that we can gather together and celebrate cinema, celebrate freedom, even though the world seems to be collapsing from everywhere. And I think that's what I appreciate a lot about Berlin, about Germany, about France, about Europe, in the world of consumption, that now we're consuming movies and series and we can still gather together and watch good movies, and being in such incredible jury that we can discuss, gather. Art and culture is a fire. We can all gather together and warm ourselves up. And I'm really happy to be here to also fight still for freedom in Iran and in the world.
It's such a rare indulgence to be able to actually talk about the thing that you're obsessed with, which in my case is movies. When you're not either promoting it or making one, and you have really different conversations when you're making a film as opposed to sitting as an audience and having a group experience that you actually unpack philosophically, physically, and politically. I mean, I think to answer your question specifically, I think it wasn't my decision to be here. I was shocked that they called me. It's an enormous opportunity to have a hand in highlighting beautiful things in a time where that's hard to hold. You know what I mean? I think it's the job of an artist to take a disgusting and ugly thing and sort of transmute it and put it through your body and pump out something more beautiful or more helpful, something considered and not something sort of like knee-jerk reactive. I think we're living in the most reactive, kind of emotionally whiplashed time. And to sit and actually have a moment to like digress and look and see what people have pumped out of their own bodies in response to the world that's falling apart around us. That was an opportunity that I was like, obviously couldn't say no to, even though it is daunting to tell you about it here right now. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Paul. Good to see you all because it's a humbling moment for me. 2 years ago was the last time at Berlinale because of the pandemic. Now it's the first time being back again in Berlin, and it feels so good seeing you all here. It's like 2019, it's great, it's amazing, because my boss told me 2 years ago, cinema is dead. I don't think so. If you can give me all a little homage to cinema, because we are all here.
I know, I'm like, what's his name, what's his address?
because of all the streams, but if I look at Avatar 2 and all the other films came out, cinema isn't dead, it's still alive. And if you can give us all a statement, why cinema is so important for us, sitting in a dark room with our audience, watching a movie on a big screen, maybe from your own words, what makes cinema so special that cinema will never die?
Who wants to go first? Shall I start on one side?
我覺得電影咧係永遠喺前鋒喺前邊。當如果有極權嘅時候，人民失去自由嘅時候，電影通常係首當其衝。喺好多地方都係，一定係停咗你嘅文化，電影嘅文化直接入 audience 入。所以獨裁者通常對付嘅一定係電影。我覺得香港sorry，我覺得全球嘅爭取自由嘅國家同人民咧，佢哋都要支持電影，因為佢係同你發聲。
I think that cinema represents the whole part of the society, and it's always if the current government wants to destroy a place, the first thing that they want to do is to destroy the cinema. And because cinema is so close with the public and it's have a strong connection with the audience, and so when and for the whole world, if you want to fight for freedom, the first thing to do is you have to support cinema.
Directors from around the world, and I feel like there's a camaraderie amongst each of the directors getting together, because the one thing they believe in is cinema and film. And whether it be Spielberg, who's here, or at least in the US, the Maverick Top Gun movie, everybody wants to get everyone back to the theater and be supportive. And as one of the directors that I work with in Ritu said, you know, it's a miracle for a director to get a movie made these days, and so let's all support each other's work, and that's the sense I feel from everybody I work with. So.
Actually, in 1951, I think, or 1950, Isidore Sue in Traité de Paix et d'Éternité, Venom and Eternity is the title in English, which is a beautiful, probably not very well seen movie. He said, cinema is the industry of money and stupidity. So I think it's a big truth in that, and maybe a place like this sometimes make a little bit less of money for the film, which I think it's great to see films which are not made with a lot of money and with less stupidity than Isu said it 7 years ago already. Sorry to spoil the party.
I think we're going to be making movies, even if, honestly, if anyone thinks that this is becoming obsolete, I think just like take a quick glance in your rear view mirror. We have never stopped telling each other stories, how we do it, who consumes it, how much it costs. Obviously, like, we're kind of headed towards oblivion on that level, but I also think that there's a sort of like vital, desperate need in all of us to create something, and we're going to consume the things that each other make forever. And yeah, I think when you start really fixating on like the industry of it, it's easy to be like, oh God, it's all falling apart. But I just think that there's something vital that's undeniable, will never go away. And I know that's like hopeful and optimistic and not what he just said, but I also agree with what he just said. It is stupid and embarrassing.
Hello.
At the end, hello. Storytelling is something that we need to tell ourselves, no? And films make us feel, make us reflect and think, and make us grow somehow. And also as humanity, I think that the watching films and making films make us free somehow.
I can only endorse all that. I think I've got longing again and again for cinema, that dark cave where we go together with other people to learn things, to be challenged, and to have contact with things we don't know. I always get the feeling that a cinema is a place that you have to nourish, you have to look after it. A little tender loving care is required, and that's probably a social, a political requirement. Some kind of commitment needs to be there. If you see a responsibility, perhaps education begins in school, but it carries on in the cinema. We need it.
I can also add something to that, is that when cavemen, they gathered together to tell stories, the language was invented. I mean, the whole civilization is somehow coming to life by telling stories. So I think as long as humanity exists, we will want to tell stories and gather together, maybe in a cinema, to see it, watch it together. And I think no industry can take that dream away from humanity that really encouraged civilization to come to this point of storytelling, and we keep telling stories.
我覺得電影唔係用錢去衡量。我自己拍過幾部電影咧，唔多過200萬港紙嘅電影，而我覺得我係拍得好開心，好舒服。我諗最重要電影都係講緊個 passion 同個 vision。如果冇咗呢個 passion 同個 vision，根本所有藝術家都做唔到自己應該做嘅事。但係當佢俾100億你係冇你就係冇，你有你就係有。
I have produced or I have made movies that's with very low budget. Some of them are less than 2 million Hong Kong dollar. But still, I was very happy throughout the productions. And for me, filmmaking is about passion and vision. If you don't have passion or visions, no artist can make a good film, even though you have like 10 billion budget.
Hello, I'm here at the back. I'm David Marcos from Spain. I have a question for Carla Simon. Last year you were the winner of the Golden Bird with Alcaraz. I wanted to know what does this award mean to you and to your career, and how are you preparing yourself to judge other directors in the light of having been the winner? I don't know if you want to answer in English or Spanish. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Judging feels like a strange word to me. I think what we're going to do is discuss, no? And it feels a big responsibility as well, because I know what it means, and probably you too know that suddenly a film that you never know where it's going to go, when you have a prize like this, it goes everywhere, no? And it travels and it gets farther and farther than you could ever imagine, no? So Alcaraz has been seen almost every country and by many people, and I think in part is a big part is thanks of this prize, no? So I think that we have a responsibility to pick a film that has an impact on us, no? And that we feel that this push can be good for the film and also for the filmmaker, that probably will be someone that we trust and we want to keep watching films by this person.
Hello, my name is Aras, Esquire, Kazakhstan. I have a question for Radu regarding the generally Romanian cinema. How has the award 2 years ago impacted you, your work? How has it changed, and how has it impacted Romanian cinema in general, and what do you do with the future of Romanian and maybe Eastern European cinema?
Well, it's nice that using this expression Romanian cinema just makes me remember that Jean-Claude Carrière, in the book he wrote about Buñuel and how they work together, they said that whenever they felt some idea of a script is stupid, they call this Bulgarian cinema. They could have called it Romanian cinema as well. So already the expression sounds quite, we can speak about American cinema, French cinema, not so sure about German cinema, but Romanian cinema sounds a bit ridiculous anyway. What can I say? Of course, it's very important for the film. It's a great honor. Too much, so much so big that I don't think about it, because it sometimes can get to your head and to consider that yourself. I don't know, but still I'm an Eastern European Romanian filmmaker. I don't know if that impacted Romanian cinema. I mean, apart from people telling me how is it possible that such a piece of shit won a Golden Bear, or some influencer writing something like, I know how this movie, how these awards are given. It's given by Soros money or by payment of the film center from every country, and it was Romania's turn when, according to them. So, well, apart from that, I couldn't say more about it, but I managed to do another film. Actually 2 films, a feature film and a montage documentary, and well, that's for me the most important thing, and that's the measure of success, to be able to go on, because for a Romanian filmmaker, to use your wonderful expression, for Romanian cinema, the question of making films is is always on the edge of impossibility. So I made another film, so I don't care for the moment.
So actually, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye for now and wish you a beautiful day, beautiful first day at the Berlinale. Thank you.
Even though